So who comes to mind when you think of the smartest people that have ever lived? Einstein, Newton, Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, Confucius. Who is it? Buddha? Gandhi? I don't know. Who are the smartest people that you can think of, Galileo, Da Vinci, that ever lived? Now think about this. What if you had the smartest person that had ever lived in your area that you wanted to work in, being a personal guide and mentor and teaching you about life and how to do what it is that you're wanting to do? For instance, if you wanted to be an actor, who's the biggest draw? Now, I don't know. I was just watching a documentary on Tom Cruise. He's been one of the top people in that field for almost 40 years. What if he was guiding your life if you wanted to be an actor? Or what if you wanted to be a great entertainer and singer, music artist? What if Taylor Swift was personally guiding your life and leading you and guiding you to do that? What if you wanted to be a great baseball player and you had Mike Trout as the personal guide and mentor who was in your life daily showing you how to do that? Or what if you wanted to be a great basketball player and you had Michael Jordan daily in the middle of your life showing you how to become the best, absolutely best basketball player you could be? How awesome would that be? Well, what I want to share with you is you might be able to do that, and let me show you how. So when you're thinking of the smartest people that ever lived, did you ever think of this? Did you ever think of Jesus as one of the smartest people that ever lived? I don't mean just as a great moral teacher or as a great ethics teacher or as a great religious teacher, but I mean in any discipline, in any area of life. Did you ever consider that Jesus is the smartest person that ever lived in whatever area of life, in whatever discipline that you're thinking about? Because remember, he did create everything. So he knows more about anything than any of us do. And so what if Jesus is the smartest person that has ever lived and you truly believed that? How would that play out in your life? What are the implications in your life if Jesus is the smartest person that ever lived? Now, before we get to that, I want to share something with you that I think it will help, because what I have found useful in trying to live with Jesus as my guide, as my mentor for every area of my life, is to get what I call a Northstar for my life. In other words, something that my life is pointed at, my purpose for my life, the overarching purpose, the overarching vision for my life. And then from that flows everything else. What is my mission? What is my task toward that vision? Who am I? What is my identity as I pursue this vision? And how do I order everything about my life to support the vision? And so what I'm doing is I'm offering for men only, sorry ladies, this is just for men, what I'm calling the Northstar Challenge. In other words, it's a 5-day challenge to help you, men, get a overall arching, powerful, motivating, compelling vision or purpose for your life that you can orient and order your life around. And so what it is it'll be you and I on the phone for 5 days, just you and I, one-on-one. And by the end of it, you're going to walk away with a vision. And I would say, I call it a vision for the next 12 months of your life. So you're not planning out your entire life, because people get intimidated by that. Let's just shoot for 1 year. There's a cost to it. It's $20. It doesn't come to me. You actually donate to a nonprofit. There's 3 of them listed in the show notes. Everything you need to know to do that is in the show notes. Strongly encourage you to take advantage of this. You'll be contributing to one of 3 great nonprofit organizations, and you and I will have a blast doing it. So let's get back to it. If Jesus is the smartest person that has ever lived about any topic or any area of life or any discipline, then what are the implications for you? Because here's the deal. Jesus asked for complete surrender of your life. He says, if I'm going to be the one controlling your life and guiding you and directing you, then I ask for complete surrender. You want to be the best basketball player you can possibly be. And Michael Jordan says, hey, I'm willing to invest in you every day to make you do this. But I'm not willing to listen to you tell me that I'm wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about. If we're going to argue about this and you're going to tell me, hey, I'm only going to let you have part control of my development as a basketball player. I want to do most of it on my own because there's ways I want to do it and things I want to do. Jordan's going to say, I don't think so. Never mind. But that's how we play it with Jesus. We're like, well, we'll give you a little bit of our life, but we won't give you everything. We won't give you complete control. And so the big implication is if Jesus is the smartest person to ever live about any area or any topic, why are we so afraid to trust him with complete control of our lives? I have asked myself this. And I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me that I will say Jesus is God. Jesus is the smartest person that has ever lived. Jesus knows more about anything than I do by an infinite, unmeasurable amount. Yet I think it's better for me if I maintain control of part or most of my life instead of giving it to Jesus. It just doesn't make sense when I think it through that way. And so if Jesus is the smartest person who ever lived, the implication for your life is he is worth trusting and giving complete control of your life to. That's the key. And how does this show up in your life if you decide to do that? If Jesus has complete control of your life, how is that going to show up with the money that you are managing for him? How is that going to show up in the lifestyle that you and your family have chosen to live? How is that going to show up in your career, or if you own a business, in your business, if you have given Jesus complete control because you firmly believe and are convinced and trust that Jesus is the smartest person and knows more about business and careers than you? How is that going to show up in your family? What your family does, how they interact, what is their primary emphasis, what's important to them, what are the priorities in your family? How is that going to show up in how you take care of your physical body? And how is that going to show up in your mental game and what you allow in here and what you don't allow in here? See, I think this is a really important question, and I have found that asking myself this question and then being honest about, do I really believe Jesus is the smartest person to have ever lived? And if I do, why am I so reluctant to give complete control of my life to him and trust him that he knows more about what he's doing with my life than I do? It has caused me to have to answer and face some very difficult questions in my life and areas where I seem to be saying one thing that I believe, but my life, on the other hand, is certainly showing that I don't believe that by the way I'm acting and behaving. So what are some simple steps, or I'm going to give you one simple step that you can do here. And here it is. Write down the 5 areas of your life that I just listed, and I'll have them listed in the show notes. Lifestyle, money, career, business, family, physical body, mental game. And just write out answering this question for each area. If I believe Jesus is the smartest person who ever lived and knows more about, let's say, money and lifestyle than I do, what would my life look like if I gave him complete control? Do it for those 5 areas. Just write it out. Pencil, writing utensil, and paper. Write it out, because personally for me, I found writing is much more useful than trying to type it. It makes me process it differently. And see what you come up with. Hey, if you found this beneficial, would you like this? Would you maybe share it with someone? If you really want to, you can subscribe. But even if you don't like this, if you think I'm totally off my rocker, it won't be the first time I've heard that, that's for sure. Hey, make a comment. If you like it, make a comment. Tell me what you're thinking. If you don't like it, blast me. That's okay. I never take this personal. And you guys have a great day.